this being last time we see them in regular season, going back to the last matchup, very recent, rebounding last game for you guys had an uptick in going after the boards. How do you get that carryover? I know you always say it's an effort thing, it's a want thing, but how do you get that carryover from the guys?
I think it's also an awareness, that it's an issue we've had, throughout this season, but also a strength for this, Atlanta team. Number one offensive rebounding team, obviously Capella leads the charge in that area. He himself leads the league in offensive rebounds and as well as second chance points. So it's not just him, their wings will crash and they'll find second chance. The way they shoot the three, you can't give this team, second opportunities.
What did the film from last game tell you now that you had time to look at it, break it down, and prepare for this game with the way that you guarded Trey and DeJounte in the pick and roll situations?
Well, we didn't do a very good job controlling the ball. And they played with a level of freedom, got to the paint, put a lot of pressure on our back line, and then, defending those two without fouling. Obviously, had to foul late in the game to extend the game a bit, but 19 free throws, it's entirely too many. They thrive on, high free throw rate. Those two guys in particular are very tough to guard individually. So, finding ways to make them uncomfortable, show crowds without, speeding them up too much, and being physical without fouling.
I know it's only been a short period and he didn't get in last game, but how has Hami begun to acclimate himself and try to fit himself in to try to earn some minutes?
Yeah, well, we've had a couple of practices, which has been great. The synergy with us and the go-go, it's been pretty aligned. So most of what we're doing, he's familiar. Biggest thing for him is moving him to different spots. Having him initiate some of the early offense, some of the flow stuff, playing off the ball. Those are different areas for him, but in large, it's pretty much similar. So there hasn't been a ton of drop-off.
They're averaging 132 against you guys in those 3 games.
Thanks for that reminder.
Sorry. Drew told me to tell you that. Sorry.
Thanks, Drew.
Besides the rebounding part that Megan talked about, what do you need to limit tonight from him so they don't get that number again?
Well, it starts with, with Trey Young. He's been a big part of that. He's averaging 30 a night, shooting 50 from the field, 53 from 3. Dishing out 11 assists against us in 3 games. So he quarterbacks so much of their offense. Obviously, DeJounte is a handful, but getting him off rhythm, taking him off rhythm, I think would be key. Take away the easy ones. He's going to score. He's too good not to. But the ones in transition, the soft 3-point plays, the unnecessary fouls, so he doesn't parade to the line. You can't allow a shooter to, see that ball go in and now feel comfortable. So can we take away some of those easy ones and make them earn it?
I talked to Bilal this morning. It's been a year and a week since he got the call up with Mets 92 to play with their senior group. So I wanted to ask you, has he done anything that's kind of surprised you through the first 36, 37 games?
Honestly, his demeanor and the way he's been able to absorb all that we've thrown at him, on top of the change in lifestyle, you change countries, your first season in the NBA. There's a lot packed into that. And just to see how he's weathered all of that with very little interruption. It's been the same demeanor, the same work ethic, brings the same level of joy and passion. And he understands it's a job. He comes and does his work. I think he enjoys what he does, enjoys his teammates. To see him grow in certain other areas is rewarding, but to watch him be able to handle all the pressures that come with playing in the NBA the way he has is remarkable.
I asked him this morning, is there like a rookie wall? And he goes, no. That's kind of his personality of just never really kind
very
of
low key, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's good to see him, have a little motion after a big dunk, a big play, but he doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. I think he's that part of his personality has helped him weather, some of the ups and downs or inconsistencies you may have as a young player.